Hey guys, what's up? Francois.T here. With a bit of mixed feelings at the moment. This is our second last Pretty Little Liars chat. Tomorrow is obviously going to be our last one, which will be very sad, but obviously we will go on to other things here. Comment below and let me know. But I am very happy to be here tonight. So if you are in the room, say hi. And yeah, we'll get this started. Tonight, I'm going to be reading a little more of someone else's story. They've sent me a little more, which is really nice. And then I'm actually going to start reading some of mine tonight. So if you've made it here, you will hear some of my alternate ending, which I'm really excited to read to you guys. I'm actually a little bit nervous, but I'm trying to be excited about it. Quite nervous. It's tough having your work critiqued, especially when you're reading it out live in a chat room. But let's go over and see who's here tonight. So, well, you're all coming up now, so that's awesome. Alias says hi. Hi, Alias. Tori says hi. Hi, Tori. Thank you both for being here. Alias says, I'm still writing mine, but I have the storyline. No problems at all, Alias. If you can get it to me tomorrow, that will be great, and I can read it out tomorrow. If not, I'll try and read it at some point in the future. Tori says, my BFF just started PLL. She's in season 2. She said to me yesterday, now I get why you were always going bananas with notebooks all over the place. This show is addictive and secretive. I love it. I love that, Tori. That's awesome. Go your BFF. Chase says, hi. Hi, Chase. Hey, little bro. Suze Blue says, hello, everyone. Hi, Suze Blue. Tori says, hi, Chase and Suze Blue. Andrea's here. Hi, Andrea. She says, hey, guys. Honey Hepburn says, hi. Hi, honey. And Angels of Era says, hey all, beer check, crisps check, PLL chat with Francois and family check, life is good. Oh, that's so sweet, Angels. Thank you so much for being here. Chase says, hi to everyone. And Chase says, I'm on season 5 in 2 days. That is awesome, Chase. And Dario's here. Hey, Dario. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are totally amazing. As I said earlier on, I'm going to be reading my alternate ending today. So that's going to be interesting. There's no way I'm going to get through all of it because it is rather long. So that's why I feel I definitely have to start it today. But I am quite nervous about it. Tori says, hello everyone, can't believe after this chat we only have one more PLL chat. I know, it's so sad. It really is coming to an end. I mean, I knew it wasn't coming to an end after the finale of PLL, but I mean, PLL really is coming to an end as of tomorrow, which is really sad. All right, guys, well, first things first, I received some more writing from our good friend Susan, which is so awesome. I'm so happy that I did. And so I'm going to read out what she sent me. So here we go. Okay, so if you remember, Susan wrote the diary entry, making Hannah AD, and here is a little bit more of what she was planning on putting in there. She writes, Emerson, I suppose you are wondering who your baby daddy is, but I won't bother explaining that in too much depth. I'm sure Allison has the real answers to that. Emily, under this diary is $20. I hear Walmart have a deal on pregnancy tests, but buy one, get one free. I dare you to ask Allison to take them. Did I mention I'm known for my one-liners? Good one. Oh, Emily, after all these years, you sink back into Allison's arms. She's been part of the A-team since she came back from her 2-year trip. She told you to your face. She and Noel set up A trying to get her. Whose house did this happen in again? Don't worry. She was never allowed to know who I was. So surprise, Allison, it's been me this whole time. Anyways, Em, hope you've kept your receipts for that crib so you can return it. Oh, no, wait. Ari already trashed it because I told her to. Some friends you've got there, Em. You should have stayed in Haiti with Nicole, although keeping her in the dollhouse was kind of fun too, I suppose. I've got a partner in all of this, not a minion, a partner. Like I'm the A and they're the D. You all thought he went away for a while to sort himself out. Duh. Do you think the dollhouse built itself? I play dirty, but I wouldn't get my own hands dirty. That's what my minions are for. And Susan goes on to explain that the D in the AD is Caleb, her one and only partner who would always stick by her. And she said, in case other people are wondering, that I can explain that she meant by him going away was when he went to Ravenswood, but instead of Ravenswood, he was actually building the dollhouse. She didn't want to make it too specific about Caleb because then people would have guessed that AD was Hannah before I got to the end. So she tried to keep it very mysterious, and she hopes it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, Suze. Thank you so much. I did love your alternate ending. I thought it was really awesome. So thank you for that. Yeah, we're all really sad that we're coming to our last Pretty Little Liars chat tomorrow. I'm with you guys on that. Andrea says, I'm so excited to hear your ending. Oh, I'm so nervous to read it. Angel says, yep, we did. Haha, we're PLL crazed. Yes, we are. Tori says, yay. And Chase says, yes, we are. All right, guys, I'm going to start reading my alternate ending now. Be kind. I'll come back to you guys at certain intervals along the way and see what you guys are saying and have a bit of a chat with you and to give myself a bit of a break. But let's get into it, shall we? All right, here we go. Whew. Pretty Little Liars, The Way It Should Have Ended by Francois.T. Prologue. As Spencer woke up, she rubbed her head. Where the hell am I? She wondered. Ahead of her stood a roof-to-floor length mirror, and she gazed at her reflection. Great, she thought. I'm stuck in this hellhole thanks to... But who was it that had put her there? A flashback revealed the answer, and in her mind she re-saw Mona, Charlotte's killer, saying "Deja vu, bitch," and whacking her. Wait, she thought. So Mona's AD? Of course she was. How could Spencer have been so stupid? Mona had been behind it all from the start. There's no way anyone could have truly stolen the game from her, not to mention she was caught red-handed by Caleb and Ezra with the game in her apartment. Putting her hand onto her head to ease the pain, she looked at her dreadful reflection. Just when the girls had thought AD was done, this was proof that the game was far from over. But then, suddenly, shock radiated through Spencer as her reflection dropped her arm. Wait, she thought to herself, but I didn't drop my arm. Then the most bizarre thing happened as the reflection in the mirror leant forward. Boo, it said, startling the poor woman. Spencer backed up as far as she could go. What the hell? She thought. She looks just like... Hello there, came an annoying Cockney accent from the other side of what Spencer now realized was glass. Seeing double, are we, love? I don't even know what question to ask first, Spencer said, her mind caught between fear and confusion. Who are you? Really? The other girl replied. How did Mona hit you? You want to know who I am? I'm just a girl who met a man who came in from the rain. Cut the crap, Spencer snapped, as anger clearly won out. Okay? You got me here, you've got me locked up, and God only knows why. I thought you were done. I thought it was over. Me, love? Done? What on earth are you talking about? The other said. Spencer just stared at her. In truth, it was the most bizarre thing she'd ever seen. A twin. A frickin' twin. It was the last thing she needed after learning only a year ago that Mary Drake was her mother and not the woman that raised her, Veronica Hastings. The name's Alex, by the way, the twin said, smiling with an air of haughty confidence. Alex Drake. Drake, Spencer thought, shocked to hear the name. You're, she questioned. You can't be. Alex laughed heartily. Wow, must have hit you pretty frickin' hard if you don't even recognize your own twin sister. You're, Spencer began, slowly putting the pieces together. My sister? Alex shrieked into laughter again, a cold, shiver-invoking laughter that sent chills down Spencer's spine. That's enough, you two, came the sound of another person. However, this tone Spencer knew very well. Act 1. Mona, she cried, jumping up from the crouched position she'd been in and racing to the glass window. So what? She cried desperately. Alex isn't AD? It's you? Me? Mona questioned, with a devilish smile on her face. Of course it was you, Spencer replied, pacing the room as though talking to herself. It's been you all this time. Killing Bethany, playing Ellison in the dollhouse, none of us got a gas mask. If Spencer was hoping to get a reaction from Mona, she was poorly mistaken. The crazy woman just looked at her, or almost through her, with that devilish smile she almost always seemed to have. Alex, you can go, Mona said calmly. You're needed in Section C. Right, Alex replied, before turning back to Spencer. Well, wonderful to meet you, sis. Can't wait for Thanksgiving. With that, Alex turned on her perfectly matching to Spencer heels and walked off. I can't believe it, Spencer said. All this time? All this time? And we knew it was you. We all worked it out. And yet you'd somehow made us all believe your only involvement of late was killing Cece. Spencer, be quiet, Mona snapped. Excuse me? Spencer snapped back, banging her fists on the glass. I think if anyone has the right to yell right now, it's the woman you imprisoned. I said, Mona began in a softer tone, be quiet. At that, all the lights in the room turned off at once, and an ominous feeling welled up inside of Spencer. Maybe some time in the dark will help, Mona said threateningly. The sound of heels walking away could be heard, but they stopped suddenly. Oh, and Spencer? Mona called out. I'd stop throwing accusations around if I were you. Accusations? Spencer replied darkly. Well, let's put it this way, Mona said. So far, you've accused 2 people of being AD thanks to your over-analytic brain, and so far, both times, you've been wrong. With that, a loud bang could be heard, and though she was surrounded by darkness, Spencer knew exactly what had happened. Mona had slammed a separate door shut, ensuring there'd be no escape. Not only was Spencer trapped, not only would she not be able to make it to Arya's wedding, but she still had no clue as to who AD could be. What do you mean she escaped? Allison demanded. Her fiancé Emily put an arm around her comfortingly, but both were as confused as the other. Mary Drake, Spencer's biological mother, had escaped from prison, and of all days today, Arya's wedding day. And if Mary Drake does try to reach out to you, Officer Maple began in an accusatory tone. Oh, this has to be a joke, right? Allison shot back. Oh, it's no joke, girls, came the sound of the very familiar soft tone of Mary Drake. All 3 spun their heads in the direction of the newcomer. There she was, dressed in an all-black get-up comprising of long black t-shirt, black pants, and heels to match. Officer Maple was the first to regain his composure thanks to all his years on the force. Mary Drake, you are under arrest, he began. And you, Officer Maple, Mary replied, are starting to annoy me. With that, Mary rounded a well-aimed kick at the officer who fell to the ground. Quick as a flash, Mary picked up his gun and pointed it directly at his face. One move, she said softly. One little move, and I'll blow your brains out. Emily and Allison had no idea what to say. Both had gone white as a sheet. Okay, girls, Mary said quickly. We need to get going. We're not going anywhere with you, Emily yelled out defiantly. But Allison was taking this very differently to her fiancé. Her breath was shallow and had quickened tenfold. Mum? She stammered. Emily snapped her head towards Allison at once. Mum? She asked, before looking back at Mary. Mrs. D? Mum, Mrs. D, Mary replied. You girls have gotten so deluded by the game, you've ended up coming up with idiotic theories like me being Jessica. She shook her head in disgust. The only thing my sister and I ever shared were features and good martial arts training. But you're my mum, Allison said, shaking. I know it. Don't call me Jessica ever, Mary screamed, scaring the others. I'm Mary Drake. Ugh, thank God I'm not a De Laurentiis. Look at how their kids turn out. You're all whiny and weird, and Jason, Well, don't even get me started. The kid could never stay sober long enough to know that Alex is... Wait, Emily jumped in. "Uh, Alex?" Allison asked. Mary took a deep breath. She had forgotten herself momentarily and needed to put her game face back on. "Never mind," she said softly, yet no less defiantly. "Now, come with me." "But what about our daughter?" Emily asked. "Oh, don't worry," Mary replied, smiling. "She'll be taken care of." The girls looked at each other, neither wanting to go, but both knowing they had no choice. And before long, all three were in Mary's car, on their way to God only knew where. As Alex walked into the bridal room, she couldn't help but smile. The amount of times she had pulled off being Spencer in the past, and if things went as they should, she would be Spencer from now on. Ever since she found out about her twin, she'd wanted her life. Charlotte, her older sister, would never have allowed for it, preferring to call Spencer, as well as the other girls, her dolls. But AD was different. AD, like Charlotte, made promises. But unlike Charlotte, when AD made promises, they were kept. Now, with Spencer locked up, it was finally Alex's turn to take over, and she was going to enjoy every moment of it. Hannah hung up the phone and looked at who she thought was Spencer. "That was the state police," she said. "Still no word on Mary, Allie, or Emily." "Well," said Aria, coming around from behind the changing area. "Hashtag Aria's wedding dress," Alex replied as Hannah started to cry. "Oh, Han," Aria said comfortingly as Alex walked over to Emily and Allison's new child, Maya, who Hannah had rescued after finding out about her parents. "It'll be okay. They'll find the others, and it will all be perfect. You'll see." Hugging her friend, Hannah couldn't help but roughly wipe tears away from her eyes. "Okay, what's wrong with this picture?" she said, trying to laugh. "Shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't I be comforting the bride?" As Aria joined in the laughter, Alex looked into the mirror, holding Maya in her arms. "You're so beautiful," she whispered softly. "You look just like your daddy. Wait till Emily and Allison find out you were never meant to be theirs." "Yes!" The baby gurgled, and Alex smiled. To her, it was as though Maya knew she was never meant to be with her current parents. "Spencer? Hannah?" came a loud voice, waking Spencer up. Wanting to hit herself for falling asleep and still not knowing who AD was, Spencer did her best to stand, considering how dark it was. "Aria?" came another voice. "Where are you guys?" "In here," Spencer yelled out, recognizing both voices at once. "Allie, Em, I'm in here, but it's dark and hard to see." "It's okay, Spencer," Emily yelled back. "We're going to get you out of here." "You sure about that?" Allison asked. "Where the hell even are we?" "Would you quit being pessimistic and help me find a light switch or something?" Emily asked, not believing Allison would be so quick to admit defeat. "Do you guys," Spencer asked, pausing to consider if she should tell them. "Do you guys know who AD is?" "Got it," Emily cried, satisfied, as she found a knob and gave it a push. Instantly, the sound of the door that slammed earlier could be heard opening, and Spencer smiled. AD may have the upper hand, she thought, but two can only keep a secret if one of them is dead. Three, on the other hand. "Spencer, can you hear us?" Emily yelled. "Emily, not so loud," Spencer warned. "If the others knew you were here, they'd..." "What the hell?" came the sound of Mona's voice. Instantly, the lights came back on, and in the moments of trying to adjust to the new light, she grabbed Emily and shoved her into a cell next to Spencer's. "Emily," Spencer called out. "Allison, do something!" But Allie did nothing. She just stood there, smirking. "It's about time, loser Mona," she said darkly. "How many loser Monas does it take to trap a liar?" "Half as many sniveling shark booms," Mona quipped back, playing with the name Allie used to use, Vivian Darkbloom. "What?" Spencer cried as her worst fear became a reality. "Allie? Mona?" "Oh, give it up, Spence," Allison said. "I mean, you'd think that the brains trust of the liars would have worked it all out by now, but I guess not. A.D., Spencer realized. Alison De Laurentiis? But you were doing so well. What? Mona laughed. You think Allie's A.D.? Talk about brains trust turning to mush. Come on, Mona, Allie smiled. Leave the lights on. Like A.D. says, what's better than hiding in plain sight? With no sign of Emily and Alison, Hannah had sent Spencer to call the cops and see if there was more information, but Aria had begun to question whether she should even get married at all. Face it, Han, she was saying to her friend. Everything that's happened these past years, everything that's gone wrong, it all started with Ezra. What? Hannah replied. You're crazy. No, Aria said. I'm not. He used me to write that stupid book. He knew Shauna was involved, and yet he never told me. God, for all I know, he's AD, and he's going to tell me during our wedding vows. Aria, I've known from the moment we've met what my intentions always were, and you can't deny it either. Together we're stronger, we're worse when I flee. When I flee? Hannah couldn't help but chuckle. Aria, he loves you. We're worse when I flee, Aria said angrily. But what you never knew was that I am AD. Hannah was just about to deny everything and show Aria just how happy she was and how right things had been with her and Ezra when there came a knock at the door. If that's Ezra, I don't want to see him right now, Aria said, getting up to change. No matter what, she was not getting married, at least not until she knew who AD was. Hannah opened the door and gasped. Aria, she said. I'm serious, Aria said from behind the changing area. Tell him to go away. It's not Ezra, Hannah replied, still in disbelief. Well, who is it then? Aria asked impatiently, dealing with a zip that wasn't being compliant. It's Lucas, Hannah said. What? Aria replied, confused as to why Lucas would be there. From what she'd heard, Lucas had gone off to Australia to work on a new deal. Sorry to interrupt, Aria, Lucas said quickly as he walked in and Hannah shut the door behind him. I just got a text from Emily. Hannah roughly grabbed Lucas around his arm and pulled him towards her. You did? She asked, panicked. Whoa, Han, Lucas said. The window for us to be this physically close has passed. Besides, I have a boyfriend now. You do? Aria called out, finally having gotten out of her dress and hastily chucking pants and a sweatshirt on. Who cares? Hannah shouted. Unless his name is Caleb, good for you, Lucas. What did Emily say? She rushed. By now, Aria was making her way over to them, and Lucas smiled, happy to see her wearing something she could leave the place in. She says she has a surprise for you, and well, I'm your driver, Lucas said. Smiling in relief towards each other, Hannah and Aria grabbed their coats and followed Lucas to Emily's surprise. As Emily woke up, she heard the sound of some things sliding on the floor. Her heart plummeted when she heard voices and instantly feigned sleeping. Put her in the one facing Emily, some woman with a Cockney accent was saying, and her in the one facing me sister. Sister? Emily questioned. That can't be right. I must be dreaming. Aria, the sound of Spencer's voice yelled out. Aria, what have you done to her? Oh, nothing too bad, the woman with the Cockney accent said. Just gave her a light sedative, that's all. Her too. It didn't take long for the chatter between Spencer and the woman with the Cockney accent to die down. Emily chanced a glance outside of her cell and almost jumped in fright when she saw Allie there looking in on her, a finger pressed to her lips. Concentrating, Emily noticed Allie mouth the words, "You'll always be my favorite," before walking away. Emily waited a good 10 minutes before making her vocal move, just to ensure the others were gone. Spencer? She asked. Spencer, can you hear me? Yeah, Em, Spencer replied, sounding rather hoarse. I can hear you. What's going on? Who was that woman with the accent? Emily asked. What's going on is AD has won, Spencer replied. We're all trapped here. Aria is opposite me and... but Spencer was cut off by the sound of Emily gasping. "Hannah?" she asked, not wanting to believe it was true. "Yep," Spencer confirmed. "Oh, by the way, if you haven't noticed, your fiancé is on the AD team, and now they have all of us." And that's where I'm going to stop for the moment and check in with you guys because I've been reading for a little while. Andrea says, "I'm so excited to hear your ending." Angel says, "Yep, we did, haha, PLL craze." Tori is saying, "Yay." Chase says, "Yes, we are, yay." Angel says, "Evil Caleb would have been good, very shocking as he played perfect boyfriend, so would have been a shocking betrayal." True. Chase says, "Francois, you stole my words." Did I? Sorry, Chase. Suze Blue says to Angels, "I know, I wanted to write more, but I couldn't as I'd give it away that Hannah was AD. Yep, that's right. Angel says, "Hannah as AD was always an awesome thought, great theory." Suze Blue says, "Thanks, Angels." Angel says, "Lol, that accent." Honey says, "Love heart." Wendy is here. She says, "Hey, everyone." Hey, Wendy. Angel says, "Hey, Wendy." Anxiety Girl says, "Hey, everyone. Have a nice day," with a smile. Hey, Anxiety Girl. Angel says, "Thanks, Anxiety Girl. You too." Landon's here. Landon says, "Good morning." Good morning, Landon. Angel says, "Hey, Landon." Angel says, "Beer. Cheers all." Cheers, Angels. Andrea says, "Maya new. Love it." Thanks, Andrea. Tori says, "This is amazing, Francois." Thank you, Tori. Angel says, "I'm loving this." Oh, that's so nice. Thanks, guys. Anxiety Girl says, "I like this version of Aria much more." Oh, thank you. Angel says, "Gay Lucas, yay!" Honey says, "Finally, Lucas." Anxiety Girl says, "Yes, Lucas." Daria says, "Go, Lucas." Yay, I'm so happy I included Lucas in this. Tori says, "Did Hannah take Maya with her?" Yes. So Hannah went and got Maya once she found out that Allison and Emily were kidnapped. We didn't see that scene, but they find out that the two are kidnapped. So Hannah rushes over and grabs Maya. Honey says to Anxiety Girl, "I was wondering if I was the only one who immediately thought, yes." Rena says, "Hey, everyone." Hey, Rena. Angel says, "Hey, Rena." Anxiety Girl says to Honey Hepburn, "No, me too. I love it." Chase says, "Love it." Angel says, "I love this, Francois." Thank you, Angels. Alias says, "I like it, Francois." Thank you, Alias. Chase says, "I said yes, we are, then you said yes, we are." Oh, cool. And Dario says, "Amazing." See what I did there? I did, Dario. Thank you. Oh, that is so awesome. You guys are so nice. All right, let's go on to the next part. Here we go. So yeah, as we know, they're all trapped now. Okay, Act 2. As Arya awoke, she thought about her wedding. Today was the day after all, and she had to decide if she was actually going to marry Ezra. But before she could even process her thoughts, she heard the sound of a bang and opened her eyes. Gasping, Arya realized she was trapped, and there, leaning against the glass, was Mona. "Mona?" Arya said. "Morning, sunshine," Mona said. "Never picked you to be the one to sleep the latest. I always thought that prize would have gone to Hannah." "Shut up, Mona," came the sound of Hannah's voice. "Hey," Mona said, banging a baton on Hannah's cell. "Quiet, you." Hannah gave it up. She knew there was no use arguing. They were all trapped in there for goodness only knew how long, and it seemed that Mona was in charge. "All right, listen up, ladies," Mona went on, pacing up and down the path that divided the cells. "You may have won the game." "Ha, some win," Spencer replied. Quick as a flash, Mona raced to Spencer's cell and pulled out a gun. "One more word, Spencer, just one, and you're done," she said. "Now then, as I was saying, you may have won the game, but you didn't win the war. I, for one, am not surprised. Spencer Hastings couldn't even work out who AD was. Emily Fields didn't know what was going on with her fiancé. Miss Aria only ever killed Shauna Frigg, yawn, and Hannah Merrin, God, you actually had the easiest chance to join the AD team and couldn't even do that. Kindness, Hannah, should always be extended to those who deserve it." Mona seemed to be clearly enjoying herself as she continued to pace the path between the cells. The evil smile that everyone had gotten to know seemed to be permanently planted on her lips. Tonight, ladies, most of your questions will be answered. But first, we have to go back a little bit. Spencer, did you know you had a twin sister? Mona asked, sneering. Twin? Aria gasped, being the only one who didn't know, as Hannah had overheard Emily and Spencer's conversation. Oh yes, Big A, Mona replied. Please make welcome, everyone. Alex. One by one, everyone's eyes widened as Alex stepped into the area. Hello, lovelies, she said, smiling from ear to ear. The name's Alex, and yeah, I'm Spencer's twin. Although I've already met all of ya. Anna, love, remember me? Putting on her best Spencer impersonation, Alex went on. If there is a way in, there is a way out, right? That was you? Hannah screamed. Spencer, it's not true. Tell me it was you at the barn. No, Hannah, Spencer said. I didn't know where you were. I'm so sorry, Hannah. I'm so sorry. Oh, and Aria! Hello, little. How are you, love? Alex said. Of course, we only just met. Hashtag Aria's wedding dress. You were in my bridal room? Aria replied, shocked. Yep, Alex laughed, walking over to Emily. And then there's the one I've known the longest. Emily Fields. Hey, Emily. What's up, girl? Emily, however, said nothing. Seeing this Alex woman was freaking her out. It was like Spencer just decided to adopt a Cockney accent and stick to it as though it was now in style. Oh, don't be disappointed, love. We've known each other a while now. Once again, Alex adopted the best Spencer accent she could muster. I mean, what's the plan between you two? It's not a puppy, Em. It's a baby. Emily looked at Alex confused, scared, and pissed off all at once. Ha! Alex laughed. Yep, that's the same look you gave me then too. Okay, Alex, Mona said, smiling at her. That's enough. You've had your fun. Right, Alex replied. Just one more thing. How is it you girls never worked out who AD was? Believe me, Spencer said through gritted teeth. We tried. No, love, Alex replied. Not the one who's been doing all this shit to ya. I mean the AD from the paper. All four girls flashed back to the moment when they were at school reading the newspaper classifieds. Dear A, what's it going to take to end this? You need to stop. AD, Alex said, for any who needed reminding. Hey, desperately seeking silence. Who says I want to end this? A, Spencer asked. Yes, Alex replied excitedly, racing over to Spencer's cell. See, even now you remember. Of course I do, Spencer said, but that was Ali writing to Mona. What? Mona blurted, chuckling to herself. Me? Ali never wrote to me. That's because it was me, Alex screamed. Bloody A left me notes one time when I took a field trip out to Rosewood. Of course, back then I didn't know you, Spencer, but someone else heard you talking about it and tried to piece it all together. It's amazing the things you never forget, Mona agreed. Let's just say AD is very good at what they do. That's for sure, Alex agreed, laughing. But original A was always better, Mona went on, and quickly took out her gun. 2 shots in the chest later, Alex was dead. OMG, Twinsie up and died. Wonder who'll pay for this mess. Kisses, A, Mona said, smiling darkly. Naturally, once Mona had left the room, dragging Alex with her, conversation had ensued between the 4 of them. They spoke for hours, but eventually, tired out, they all fell asleep. The next thing they knew, however, they were awoken in the middle of the night by a light tapping noise. Tap, 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 tap. Spencer? Came the voice of Jenna Marshall. Aria? Hannah? There was a definite vulnerability to her voice, as though she'd been crying. "Will someone please answer me?" she begged. I escaped, but I'm not leaving without you." Of course, by now the girls were awake. Hannah pressed a finger to her lips, instructing Emily not to talk. Spencer was about to do the same, but wasn't fast enough. "Yes, Jenna, we're trapped in here," Aria said. "How did you get out?" "How in the hell do you know she's not on the frickin' team?" Spencer blasted. "Please," Jenna cried. "I'm a victim in all of this. How do you guys not see that? It was Allie pulling the strings all this time. She took my sight from me, and now she got us trapped in this place. But I worked out the code. Aria, call out to me." Aria didn't know why, but she immediately trusted Jenna. "I'm over here," she said. "Hurry, please." "I'm trying, Aria," Jenna called back. "It's not easy when you can't see." Jenna made her way to Aria's cell and felt her way to the right. When the glass came to an end, it connected to a wall. Feeling her way around the wall, Jenna found a combination lock. 91414, she said, feeling for the numbers. Instantly, Aria's cell opened. "Oh my God," she cried out in gratitude. "Thank you, Jenna." "Don't thank me," she said. "Release your friends. 91414. As Aria did, Spencer questioned Jenna. "How did you work it out?" she asked skeptically. "I figured it'd be a code or something," Jenna said. "I tried everything, birthdays, anniversaries, death dates, and nothing. But then I realized that AD must be so full of themselves and tried 911314. "Meaning?" Spencer asked as she raced to Emily's cell and Aria raced to Hannah's. "I am AD," Jenna said. 911314. Of course, when that didn't work, I realized that 13 was the odd number and added the single digits. By the time she explained her story, which included that she'd been locked up in a massive room with a code lock inside of it, all 5 were doing their best to work out how to get out of there. "Jenna, if I never say this again," Spencer said, "thank you for saving us." "Spencer, we'll have time for thank yous once we get out of here," Jenna yelled back. "This way." The 5 of them rounded a corner, led by Jenna's great memory retention, and Aria called out to the others. "Oh my God, a door!" Racing towards it, the 4 of them walked through the door towards freedom. "Come on, Jenna," Spencer called out. "Quickly!" Jenna did her best to tap as quickly as she could. It took a little longer than the girls would have liked, but eventually she got there. What they did not expect, however, was what happened next. Jenna pulled the door closed with a massive slam. "What the?" Aria asked. Did AD get her?" Everyone seemed confused. Everyone, that was, except for Spencer, who looked around at the room they were in. The walls were covered with pictures and file notes all about the girls, but the roof of the room they were in gave everything away. There, staring down at them, was a portrait of Jenna Marshall sitting on a throne, smiling. "No," she yelled angrily. "Jenna is AD." Pointing upwards, the others looked up at the portrait in shock. The good news was they'd finally worked out who AD was. The bad news was they were trapped once more. "What the hell?" Hannah demanded. "It was Jenna freaking Marshall all this time?" Suddenly the lights turned off and the girls were bathed in darkness. An eerie sound, like that of a slow dentist drill, sounded up and all 4 girls screamed. But when new light beamed down on them, they realized it was not a dentist drill, but in fact 4 screen projectors that covered the walls of the room. The first started playing a countdown from 4 to 1, and then, suddenly, Allison appeared on the screen, dressed in a gold-colored dress. "Why would you kill them?" she demanded. "We're a family." "Allie?" Aria asked, confused at the scene. "Yeah, don't you remember?" Spencer asked. "This is when we found out about—" "Don't be so dramatic, Allie," came the reveal of Cece, all the girls remembered from years ago. Flash. The scene cut to another moment, this time with Cece facing the camera. "Lord help the mister," she was singing, "who comes between me and my sister." Everyone knew what was going to happen next. Cece was going to explain her side to Ali and how this had all come about. But suddenly, a stamp appeared on the screen with a loud boom. And when it lifted, in its place was the word liar, written in blood red. Wait, what? Spencer cried. Did Cece lie? Arya asked. Wouldn't put it past her, Hannah said, recalling the bitch and her ways. The scene cut to another moment from the Cece reveal. But it was all an accident, Alison was saying. He'd had to have known that. Oh, I'm sure he did, Cece replied. I don't understand, Alison said, clearly confused. For as long as I can remember, Cece explained, I asked Mum to buy me dresses. Once again, a boom could be heard, and the word liar appeared once more. Wait, Spencer said. Did Charles tell the truth about anything? I'm going to come back to you guys now. Okay. So what are we saying? Maria Ann says, I'm late, but hi. Hi, Maria Ann. Thank you for being here. I'm reading my alternate ending at the moment. Angel says, hey, Maria. Angel says, P2, yay. Saucy Bri says, hey, I just woke up. Hey, Saucy Bri, thanks for being here. Tori says, driving, will text again when I'm home. Tori says, still listening though. Awesome, Tori. Wendy says, I'm watching the live chat on my TV, so my commenting might be limited for the reading parts, but wanted to say that I love these endings. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Angel says, hey, Saucy Bri. Anxiety Girl says, lol, Mona dragging Alex with her. Yeah. I wanted to kill Alex, so I'm glad I had to kill her as quickly as I could. Wendy says, as he was heading out of the door to work, my hubby said, are you watching that PLL video again? He thinks I've been watching one video this whole time. Aw, poor Wendy. Maria Ann says, haha, too funny, Wendy. Anxiety Girl says, no, I felt bad for Jenna for a second. Saucy Bryce says, ooh, plot twist. Yes. Wendy says, so good. Thanks, Wendy. Honey says, oh my goodness, I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah, yay, I'm glad that I helped you remember. Chase says, pokes all. Yeah. Rena says, this is so good. Love it, Francois. Thank you, Rena. Honey Hepburn says, love it. Yay. And Suze Blue says, amazing, Francois. Putting mine to shame. Haha. No, Suze Blue, not at all. We all have our own different creative perspectives and the way that we've done it. So not at all. All right, let's go back to the next part, shall we? All right, Act 3. Look, Arya said, for all we know, Jenna's just trying to mess with us. No, I'm not, came the sound of a voiceover that was clearly some sort of PA system. Why would I lie? Slowly and dramatically, the projector to their left came down, as if on a crane or something, and there, clear as day, was what appeared to be some sort of built-in dress circle. However, worse than that, there, on what definitely looked like a throne, sat Jenna, sunglasses, cane and all, with a tiara on her head, smiling. Charlotte lied, she said, to you, to me, to everyone. But like I always say, it's better to be safe than sorry. I can't believe it, Arya cried, as the shock continued to run through her. You're AD? Jenna smiled and let out a soft, evil chuckle. Welcome, girls, she said, to the after darkness. But you joined Charlotte, Spencer screamed. Yes, I did, Jenna replied, to save myself. I knew what that bitch was capable of, and I couldn't have her getting in my way. To that, no one said anything. Everyone seemed to be stunned into silence. Charlotte was an amateur, but she was very strong physically. I knew if I got on her bad side, she'd kill me. And well, had you asked me 6 years ago how I would have felt about that, I could honestly have said I would have been fine. Having your sight taken from you is never easy, ladies. And yet, all of you stand there as though I'm the one? Please, which of you ever came forward and apologized to me for what happened? Wait, Jenna, Hannah began, we never blinded you. That was, oh, I know it was Ali, Jenna replied. I'm not an idiot. But Hannah, don't stand there and assume that I didn't know you guys were there also. And not one of you came to see me. Came to see if I was okay, came to see if I needed anything. You all went on with your precious little lives as though blinding someone meant or you all went on with your precious little lives as though blinding someone meant nothing. All in a day's work, I'm sure. Jenna wiped a tear that had fallen from her cheek. No matter where she was now, the pain of everything she'd gone through was still there in her heart. She's right, Spencer said eventually. We never did apologize. Spencer, Hannah said, we never did anything to her. Sometimes standing back and letting others commit crimes is worse than being the one who actually committed them, Spencer replied. Wow, Jenna said. It took 7 years being trapped and realizing I made D to get an apology. You, Spencer. See, Hannah began softly, but Jenna wasn't listening. But there was someone who felt bad for me. Someone that all of you knew, in fact. It's... Jenna stopped, but only to laugh for a moment. Funny, in many ways, actually. You all loved her. Well, some more than others. And yet, when a funeral was arranged, no one even went. And yet, you all went to Ali's funeral? Jenna, who the hell are you talking about? Hannah asked. She's talking, came a voice from out of nowhere, about me. Moments later, a tan-skinned woman appeared and made her way over to a chair that was free on Jenna's right. Oh my God, Emily cried out. Maya? Maya, you're alive? Emily asked. Maya went to respond, but Jenna held up a finger, stopping her. Yes, she said simply. And Emily, all it would have taken to see her again would have been an apology to me. It's true, Maya confessed. Jenna never held me hostage. We were both just waiting for you to apologize. I told her you would. You're such a nice, sweet girl, Emily. I knew you'd say something. But you never did, Jenna yelled. But I must confess, after Shauna died, at least Aria came to try and console me. She never offered me she offered me a chance to vent. Yes, I know you killed her now, Aria, but at the time, it meant a lot. That's why I offered you the chance to join the team. You spoke to her about Shauna? Spencer asked. Yeah, Aria replied. We had a nice talk, right before Mona slapped Ali. I hope you enjoyed your freedom, Jenna said. I mean, she stopped to wipe away a tear. Again, now that I know you killed her, it makes sense. But at the time, you reached out. Thank you. It was a nice, sweet moment, but it came to an end almost as quickly as it began. I tried to kill Maya, you know, she went on, returning to her dark tone. I approached her that night, you know, the night you all thought she died, but she stopped me. How? Spencer asked, not being able to keep the question in. She asked me why, Jenna said simply. And she told me, Maya went on. She told me what happened to her, what Allison did, how you guys never tried to fix the situation. I offered her the chance to join the AD team, and she said yes, Jenna chimed in, smiling. So, how have we never seen you anywhere? Hannah asked. I mean, duh, you're alive, so I'm just saying. I had her secluded, Jenna replied. Noel Khan, Maya and I had a few smoking parties, and Maya stayed at his cabin the majority of the time. So you kept this from Emily? Aria asked, disgusted at what Jenna had done. Sure, they hadn't apologized to her, but who was Jenna Marshall to come between love? Oh, Aria, Jenna replied. How rich, going off at me for keeping secrets. Aria snarled. What's that supposed to mean? She asked. Oh, you're playing that game, huh? Jenna laughed. You know, that day I asked you to come help me with my recital, I was actually hoping you'd tell me yourself. I really thought, Maybe if I get her alone, away from the girls, she'll tell me. Jenna's mind flashed back to that day with Aria practicing in her room. Everything seemed to be going well until Aria started playing some bum notes. Oh God, Jenna thought. I'm boring her. Instantly, Jenna stopped playing her flute. Am I putting you to sleep? She asked Aria. No, Aria said. No, I'm just a little rusty on this part. Perfect, Jenna thought. Maybe we can finally discuss what happened to you. So, how's Emily? Jenna asked. When I hear her, she sounds strong, but it's hard to tell when you can't see her face. She's fine, Aria replied snappily. Like you said, she's strong. But the heart can only take so much, Jenna said, hoping by now that she could segue into what she knew. The heart and the mind, case in point, poor little Mona. There, Jenna thought, I brought up Mona and her situation. Now she'll tell me for sure. It's a little hard to think of her as poor little Mona under the circumstances, Aria replied bitterly. Yeah, I suppose, Jenna said, not getting why Aria wasn't just coming out and telling her. But circumstances worked out well for you, didn't they? No, it's not that tidy, Aria replied. As Jenna looked down at the layers, all surprised at just how well she remembered. As Jenna looked down at the liars, they all seemed surprised at just how well she remembered the conversation, Aria especially, and she frowned. But of course, Aria preferred to go on some little tangent about Alison's grave, Jenna spat, and I knew my window had closed. But are you ready now, Aria? Now's your chance. Do you want to tell them, or should I? Tell us what? Emily demanded. But Jenna just looked at Aria. When she became sure the little Montgomery wasn't going to say anything, she reopened her mouth. Well, ladies, get comfortable, because you're about to learn something about your dear friend here. After I went blind, my father decided to take me on a trip. He almost backed out of the offer, wondering if I could enjoy a trip without being able to see. But it was the thought that counted, so I went with him. While we were there, I was lucky enough to come across a wonderful doctor, Jenna went on. Everyone gasped. Yeah, Jenna continued, wiping away a tear. I could see. For about a week. My father was so happy, and we celebrated that night. Hell nah never looked so good. While Jenna and Maya shared a private smile, Spencer looked at the others. Hell nah? She asked. Isn't that in... Oh, a geography lesson from Spencer Hastings? Jenna asked. Go on then, Spencer. Where is Hell now located? It's part of Iceland, Spencer said. Funny, Jenna replied. You think Aria would have worked that one out first, considering that's where her family went. Jenna, no, Aria warned. The other girls looked at Aria, having no idea what was going on. Oh, sorry, Aria, Jenna said. You got your year of freedom. Now it's time to pay the piper. For you see, ladies, when I was in Iceland, I came across the Montgomerys. Jenna thought back to that moment, as though it were a flashback in her mind. Mrs. Montgomery? She asked, seeing the woman. Ella, hearing her name, turned around, and Jenna could see Mr. Montgomery and Aria's brother. Fancy seeing you here. Oh, hey, Jenna, Ella said. Yeah, small world. Don't you love Iceland? I do, Jenna replied. It's so beautiful. Is Aria with you? No, Mr. Montgomery said. Aria wasn't feeling well, so she decided to stay home. Such a shame, Jenna said. The Iceland air probably would have helped. Oh well, enjoy your holiday. Coming back to the present, Jenna looked down at Aria. All eyes were now on her anyway. Wait, Hannah said. But you said you were in Iceland. Yeah, Emily said. I even asked you about it. Like Jenna before her, Emily resaw that first day back at school. Aria? When did you get back? She asked, hugging her friend. Yesterday, Aria said. I almost didn't recognize you, Emily went on. I think the last time we saw each other, you had a pink stripe in your hair. Yeah, well, Aria replied, when your parents want you to be yourself and you don't know who you are. Aria looked deep into Emily's eyes. Emily, I never said I got back from Iceland. I just said I got back yesterday. Don't let her do this to us. Jenna snorted out in laughter. Do this to you? She asked. It was one thing to hear from the Montgomerys that you weren't in Iceland because you were sick. And Aria, I nearly believed that too. When I got back to Rosewood, however, I made friends with a really nice nurse. We used to talk while I waited for my eye doctor. Once again, Jenna flashed back to another memory. Jenna? The nurse asked, making her turn around. Oh my God, Eddie! Jenna said excitedly. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. I go back and forth between here and a sanitarium, he replied. But how are you? How's the eyes? Good and bad days, I suppose, Jenna said. You never really know what's going to happen tomorrow, so you try to live for today, you know? You got a good strong head on those shoulders, Jenna Marshall, Eddie said, smiling. Why, just yesterday we had a patient come into the sanitarium. Horrible story. Eddie sat down and motioned for Jenna to do so also, not wanting her to be on her feet too long. Well, Eddie, you know I like a good story. Tell me more, Jenna said cheerfully. Poor thing, he replied, shaking his head. Came in all shaken up. We get all kinds at Radley, but this one, wow, almost lost her will to live. What did she do? Kill someone? Jenna couldn't help but laugh, knowing if she could survive what was happening to her, anyone should be able to survive anything. Yes, actually, Eddie replied. Horrible story. She saw her father, you know, canoodling with someone else, and well, she snapped. Wow, Jenna said softly. Poor girl. But I told her, I said, you listen to me, Aria. Everything will be fine, Eddie replied. As Jenna came out of the memory, she saw Aria bawling her eyes out. Of course, it took time for me to confirm Eddie Land's story, but I mean, Aria isn't exactly a common name now, is it? She asked. Maya shook her head. And that's where I'm going to leave it for this evening, and we'll have a bit of a chat, and I'm going to read the rest to you guys tomorrow. So let's see what you've said. Where are we? Alias says, love it. Thanks, Alias. Suze says, I forgot this didn't really happen. Imagine if it did. Oh my God, the internet would have exploded. True. Chase says, Jenna is a nut. Yes, she is. But I love her. But so she's an awesome, crazy nut. Michelle is here. Michelle says, everyone is so talented with their alternate endings. Maria Ann says, I agree, Michelle. All the stories pull you in, don't they? Thank you. Chase says, yes, they are. And also, Aria did ask Jenna, was she okay? Yeah, so she did. So back in the early days, when Aria killed Shauna, Jenna came over to her house and they had a conversation, and Aria invited her in for tea. Chase says when Jenna was crying. Yes, and she did that too. Yes, that's true. Saucy Bryce says, Maya, blows a lot of kisses and says thank you. Yes, absolutely, Maya. Maya was there all along. Jenna tried to kill her that night. When Maya asked why, Jenna explained her situation and Maya joined the AD team. Angel says, Jenna on a throne and Maya being alive. Love it. I know, right? Like, I got the inspiration from the scene where Jenna's reading the Bible. To me, I felt like she could be on a throne. So I was always going to do that myself, put her on a throne. Saucy Bryce says, I'm going to act like this is the actual PLL ending and not that crap we watched last week. Oh, thank you, Saucy Bryce. That's so nice. Suze Blue says, the more you go on, Francois, the more I'm changing my mind about liking the finale. Oh, that's so nice. Suze Blue says, damn it, Marlene, you had one job. Exactly, she did. Saucy Bryce says, lol, right? That's what I keep thinking, Suze Blue. Honey Hepburn says, Suze Blue just won. Andrea says, oh my God, I love it so far. Thanks, Andrea. MC says, just pop by as I wanted to say hi to everyone. I can't be here again today, but I'm really looking forward to watching it later. Hugs to you all. Oh, thanks, MC. That's so nice of you. Maria Ann says, hey, MC. So you guys, should I read more or should I leave it for tonight and read the rest tomorrow? What do you think? I'll let you guys tell me what you think. Jay says, soda, yummy. Actually, that's a good idea. I should have some of my soda. I haven't had a drink at all throughout this whole chat. MC is saying, oh, and I want to say that you are not missing anything at Wimbledon as the covers are on already. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I just want to quickly check the score. Oh, good girl. I was watching Wimbledon before we came to the chat and my favorite Venus was playing and she was in a terrible spot. So Honey says, Chase says more. Honey Hepburn says read more. Suze Blue says more, more, more. Alias says more. Andrea says more. Saucy Bryce says, hey, MC. MC says, hey, Maria. Suze Bliss says, I need to wash. I need to hang washing out. Be right back. Hope I don't miss it. Maria Ann says, more. Rena says, love it, love it. Marlene's ending is nothing compared to yours. You guys are so sweet. I feel like maybe I can read a little bit more. Let's have a look. Actually, yeah. What's this part? Let me just look at something for a sec. Actually, yeah, I think I can read this part to you guys. All right, if you really want me to read more, I'll read a little bit more. Dario says, Marlene should hang her head in shame. Oh, she should. Between all of us who have written alternate endings, she really should. Angel says, Suze Blue, indeed, Marlene had one job and 2 years to execute it, and we ended up with that crap. Seriously, she could have found any fan theory online better than that in a quick Google search. Exactly. And Michelle is saying, read more. All right, you guys, I'll read a little more. Suze Blue might miss a little bit, but I know she always goes back and reads and watches the live video, so she can catch up. All right, you ready? We're about to find out just a little bit more. So glad you guys are enjoying it. Act 4. Moments later, Jenna decided it would be a good time to have an intermission, and so she and Maya left the room to get something to eat, while the other girls put their arms around the sobbing Aria. I'm so sorry, you guys, Aria wept. It's something I didn't want to talk about, you know? Wait, Hannah said. Catch me up here. You killed Meredith? Obviously it wasn't Meredith, Spencer chimed in. She was still alive, way after that time. Her name was Bethany, Aria stuttered. Everyone gasped. Bethany? They wondered. The Bethany? As in Bethany Young? Emily asked. Aria nodded, but didn't say anything. But how? Emily questioned. How is that even possible? She would have had to have been around 17 at the time, right? My dad used to teach classes at Radley once a week. It was something he said he enjoyed. One day, I went to pick him up, and I saw him with this blonde girl. They were... It's okay, Aria, Spencer said. You don't have to tell us. I was so ashamed of my dad. After everything that Allie and I had seen with Meredith, I was just done with my dad cheating on my mum. I don't remember much else, but the doctors at Radley told me what happened. Apparently, I stabbed her to death, Aria said, before sobbing uncontrollably. But hang on, wait, Hannah said softly, turning to Spencer. If Aria killed Bethany, who the hell did Mona kill? Aria wiped her eyes clean and looked at the others, shaking violently. You know how Jenna said we never apologized to her? She asked. Everyone nodded. Well, I did apologize. To Mona. Aria recalled the moment as easily as though it had happened yesterday. That day she had been walking down the street with Allison when Mona had called out to them. Allison? Mona called out from behind them. Can you hear Mona? Ali laughed. Hey, Aria! Mona continued to call out. Maybe we should wait, Aria said, not really understanding why they were ignoring her. But Ali wasn't listening or caring, which was exactly Ali's style. Oh my god, will she get a freaking clue? Ali laughed. What a loser! Aria came back to the present and looked at the others. I knew what Allison and I did was wrong, and maybe if I'd stopped and spoken to Mona, I wouldn't have seen my father and Meredith in the first place. But you know what Ali was like. There was no way I could have gone against her back then, she said. Everyone nodded in understanding. But that night, Aria flashed back to a memory she'd almost forgotten. Walking down the street she lived on, Mona walked past her carrying a stack of books so high it was amazing she hadn't tripped. But that's exactly what happened next, as without seeing where she was going, Mona tripped and fell hard. Oh no, Aria said, racing to the poor girl's side. Are you okay? Oh, Mona replied, startled that, of anyone, it was one of Ali's crew addressing her. Aria, hi. Aria helped Mona up, and then bent back down to get Mona's books for her. Let me help you, she offered. Where are you headed? Oh, you don't have to, Mona replied. I know what Ali would say if she saw you helping me. I don't think she'd be happy with you either. But when Aria stood, her smile remained. Then we'll just have to keep this our little secret, Aria said. I've never had a secret before, Mona replied excitedly. Secret friends. Sounds fun. Secret friends forever, Aria corrected. Aria looked around at the girls, who were staring back at her in shock. Mona and I hung out quite a few times, and none of you ever knew, Aria went on. One day, I went to see her in Radley. Once again, Aria recalled her memory, but this one was much easier to recall. Mona? Aria asked, walking into her room at Radley. She'd been there for a while after the girls had discovered she was A, but Aria still loved her in her own secret special way. Aria? Mona asked, scratching her head. Oh my god, is that really you? Yeah, Aria replied, smiling. After hugging and exchanging pleasantries, Mona looked at Aria quite seriously. How can you forgive me and still be here after everything I've done? She asked. Look, you're still my friend, Aria replied. And despite the fact that you put me in a box. What box? Mona asked. When Aria didn't reply, she went on. Aria, she asked rather seriously, I've done some terrible, terrible things, but I would never put you in a box. Aria decided at once that she believed her. Besides, she was trying to get over the memory. Listen, Mona, Aria replied as seriously as her friend. You're not the only one that's done something bad. Yeah, right, Mona laughed. Miss Aria, another A. Well, I may not be A, Aria said, but I did kill someone. I even actually spent time in this place. You did? Mona asked curiously. What? When? Aria came back to the present, determined to finish her story. I told her all about Bethany and what I'd done, and she swore no matter what happened that she'd always keep my secret, she said. Wait, so, Hannah couldn't help but chime in. Miss Aria, you're a killer, not Ezra's wife? Aria chuckled slightly. Maya may have known stuff, but yeah, Mona was talking about Bethany that night, she replied. Wait, but why would Mona say she killed Bethany that day we found out Cece was A? Spencer asked. I honestly had no idea she was going to do that, Aria admitted. Do you remember how hard I grasped your hand at that moment? Spencer smiled, recalling the memory. I thought I'd sprained it when we were on the roof, she laughed. Aria smiled. It was nice to recall the memory. After all, Mona had completely shocked her that day. Mona told me afterwards that she feared Cece was going to say something about me being the one that killed Bethany. She told me the only reason she said she killed her was to save me but the rest of her words were drowned out by a very sarcastic clapping sound. Turning their heads away from Arya, everyone could see that Jenna and Maya were back in their seats. Apparently, intermission was over. And that's where I'm going to leave it for now. So, what did you guys think? Let me know, and I'll read out some of your comments. I'm glad you've all liked it so far. Let's see. Dario says Marlene should hang her head in shame. Oh, actually, I read that. Suze Blue says, okay, I'm back. When it's nice weather here in Scotland, you have to take advantage and get the washing out. Most of you guys call it laundry. Anyway, this is what should have been in Arya's file. Yeah, definitely it's what should have been in Arya's file. Chase says, more. Suze Blue says, you're so clever, Francois. Thanks, guys. So yeah, Alias says, yeah, he is. Thank you. So yeah, I definitely wanted to do something about Arya not being in Iceland. Like for me, it was something I could never get over. I just had this feeling she was never there. And then when I went back and had a look at the start of episode 1, when she's talking to Emily and she says that line about the pink streak, saying that, you know, she doesn't know herself or whatever, I just went, you didn't know yourself. You were in Radley. And I started making some connections, and that's how I came up with this whole storyline. I wanted Bethany to be relevant, but I didn't want Bethany to be in the book. And so that's how Bethany came in. I thought Arya didn't just go to Radley. She ended up there for doing something. What did she do? Okay, she killed Bethany. But hang on. How did she kill Bethany? We have to make this really good. And so in my mind, she sees her dad teaching, she goes to pick up her dad who is teaching at Radley, and her dad is fooling around with Bethany, which isn't really a surprise when you consider he fooled around with Meredith. And of course, after seeing him already with Meredith, she snapped, and just before she knew what she was doing, she had killed Bethany, and that's what had her ending up in Radley. So yeah, I'm happy that I was able to reveal that to you guys. And I love doing all these flashbacks. Like the one with Jenna and Arya practicing for the recital. Definitely it makes sense that Jenna would want to talk to Arya about this. Obviously Jenna's been through a lot, so had Arya come out and told her in that scene, everything would have been fine, but no, she decided not to. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking it. Whoa, now we're getting comments. Saucy Bri says, it's really, really good. Oh, thank you, Saucy Bri. Chase says, please, gives you puppy eyes. More. Oh, I'll see if I have time later to read you like another paragraph or something. Landon says, this is so great, very detailed. It's truly bringing it all together. Thank you, Landon. I appreciate it. Andrea says, I can't make it to the live stream tomorrow, but I will watch it as soon as I get home. Can't wait to continue with your story. Thank you, Andrea. That's so nice of you. I wish Marlena picked this up, seriously. Michelle says, this has me hooked. Oh, thanks, Michelle. She says, I can't wait to hear the rest. You are very talented, Francois. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Suze Blue says, but there was no point in Arya and her family going to Iceland. Why couldn't she have just stayed in Rosewood like the rest of the girls? A wasted opportunity. I just can't fathom it. Yeah, that's a good point. So I definitely wanted to have something happen, and I wanted to have her in Radley, and yeah. But what I really loved, one of the things I really love about this whole scene, like it's so multi-layered, and it's good that I can talk to you guys about this, about the process I was going through when I wrote this. Is that I wanted Jenna to catch Arya out. I didn't want Arya to just admit it. And I knew Arya wasn't going to be AD. So that's when I came up with the idea of the flashback of Jenna going to Iceland with her father and just happening to come across Ella, Mike, and what's his name? Mr. Montgomery. Oh my God, I totally forgot his name. Byron. Coming across Byron. And then, yeah, from there, everything works out. Also, I wanted to make mention of Eddie Lamb because everyone kept saying, where's Eddie Lamb? Why is he not coming back? And we were not satisfied with Marlene saying, oh, he just left. So I thought, how great would it be if Eddie Lamb is the one that actually let slip to Jenna that Arya ended up in Radley? So it gives him a great cameo, and he became a really important part of putting all these pieces together. So I'm glad that I was able to do that as well. Saucy Bry says we should tweet this to Marlene. Oh, thanks, Saucy Bry. Suze Blue says, oh, Francois, your little face is going red. Embrace the compliments. They are well deserved. Oh, thank you. No, I really appreciate it. It's one thing reading out you guys' stories, which were so amazing. It's another thing reading out a creation of my own about Pretty Little Liars, because I've never written a book about Pretty Little Liars before. So thank you. Suze Blue says, Saucy Bry, yes, we should tweet it to Marlene. Are you kidding me? I wonder what Marlene would say. Honey Heaven says Byron. Chase says Byron. Thank you, guys. Saucy Bry says, by the way, I didn't watch the last alternate ending from yesterday, so I'll watch after this live chat. Awesome, Saucy Bry. It was really, really good. It was done by Dario, and it was really good. Yeah, so there is more to come. I promise you. Like, we are not done yet, but unlike Marlene, I wanted to reveal AD as soon as I possibly can. So I can tell you this already. Jenna is AD. Like, I'm sure you guys know that by now. I wanted to reveal that as quickly as I could and then start dealing with the backstory and start answering some questions. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed it so far. I want to see if I can give you guys some, like, a little preview, like, coming up next time. Let's see. Oh, okay. I can't reveal that. Something really big is going to happen in the very next moment. That I almost want to read it, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time. Okay, then after that, there's going to be more discussion about how the AD team came together and stuff that went on behind the scenes. There'll be a flashback that I'm sure will surprise you guys that you would never have thought that I would use. But I loved it. When I came across this scene, I was looking at highlights of Pretty Little Liars. When I came across this scene, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. It plays right into my story. So I was really happy to put that in. All right, Honey says, I'm all for a spoiler. Here's a spoiler. You find out something about Charlotte that you may or may not expect. So there's a spoiler. But I will definitely say this for those of you who are getting worried. Charlotte is dead. She's not coming back from the dead. I never liked her, so she won't come back. Where are we? Suze Blue says if Marlene read it, she would be like, oh shit. That would be awesome if she did. Chase says Marlene will cry. Saucy Bryce says low, right? Chase says little more. Honey Hepburn says I'm all for a spoiler. Oops, lol. Oops, I'm so excited I can't type. Oh, do I give you more? All right, here's the deal. I'm going to ask if you guys want more, and if I see more written 10 times, then I will read out a little more. Go. I know, I'm just making this fun for me, and it will give me a chance to have a drink. Watching myself say this to you, there's a bit of a delay. All right, more. 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 mores. Landon says, I think one of the things I liked most about seasons 1 to 4 is all the flashbacks, so I'm pumped to hear about the flashbacks in the next episode. Yay! I've got more than 10 more. Well done, Saucy Bry. More. Okay. All right, guys. I will read a little more to you. Suze Blue says Marlene will probably fly to Australia, kidnap Francois, and lock him in her dollhouse until he handed The full story over. Sorry, clicked too fast. I'm so excited. True. She's got to let us out eventually. Oh no, she's Marlene. No, I can't take that away from Mona. All right, guys. Fine, I'll read you a little more. Thank you for your interest. All right, you ready? So this is, oh wait, I just want to do the scores. Oh, Venus has match point. Yay, go Venus. Sorry, just had to check that. All right, here we go. Big moment coming up that I hope you like. All right. Oh, I have to go back to where I was. I'll scroll down. Meredith. That's all right. We're up to the sarcastic clapping moment. Yeah. Okay. So apparently intermission was over. All right. Here we go, guys. This is the final bit I'm going to read for tonight. But thank you for your interest. Welcome back, ladies, Jenna said a little too cheerily. Now that Aria has finished explaining everything she's done, where were we? Jenna seemed to be mulling it all over in her mind. But as she dramatically dipped her head to emphasize her thought process, her glasses slipped off. Jenna jumped out of her chair and leant over the balcony to catch them. What? Hannah began, startled. Get the out, Spencer agreed. I knew it all along, Aria joined in. Taking her seat back down, Jenna handed Maya her glasses. After all, there was no need for the act anymore. That's right, Aria, Jenna said, beaming. And you always were. Bitch can see. How long? Spencer demanded. How long have you been able to see? Ever since the first operation, Jenna replied. It dipped in and out, some days good, some bad, but I could always see enough. Sadly, that day Emily came up to my room at the Radley was a bad day. All I saw was a rough outline of a woman with black hair. If people think you are blind, they get careless. You see what they don't think you can see, Spencer said, recalling what Jenna had told them when they caught her in the act one time. I knew someone would finally recall that line, Jenna replied, smiling. Did you ever work out who was targeting you? Hannah asked, recalling Jenna alluding to as much on that same day. Yeah, I did, Jenna replied, the smile still as prominent as before. And once it was all confirmed, oh my God, boy, did we get her back. We? Spencer asked. Who? Hannah asked. Ladies, once I figured out that you were being chased around by a mad bitch calling themselves Uber A, I gotta say, I was thrilled. Finally, someone was giving you what you all deserved. But then she came after me, and all I could wonder was why? Why come after someone who's innocent in all of this? Thank God for my venture to Noel's Con's cabin that night. As Jenna thought back to the moment when everything began, she couldn't help her heart that swelled with pride. Noel, Jenna called out as she stormed into the cabin. Maya! Footsteps could be heard as both raced in behind her. Jenna, Noel said, good to see you. Good to see you too, Jenna replied, beaming, giving him a hug. Every day I can still see you as a dream. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for Maya here. What did I do? Maya asked, passing a now lit doobie to Noel, who took her with a smile on his face. The girls found some video footage of you coming here, Jenna said angrily. How many times do I have to tell you? You can't be seen. How the hell could I have known they'd find camera footage? Maya laughed, clearly affected by the marijuana she'd been smoking. Jeez, relax, Jenna. Relax, Jenna repeated. How can I relax? Not only have the girls seen you, but now this bitch A is after me. What? Noel laughed. How could she be after you? She? Jenna stuttered. You know who A is? Of course, Noel laughed again. She's a good friend of mine. Though she wouldn't be after you, Jenna. She knows not to touch you. Jenna looked down at the shocked faces below her, loving every moment that had been revealed so far. Eventually, Noel introduced me to Charlotte, and that's how we got to know each other. When I finally found out that it actually was her that was after me, I was shocked. Apparently, she had a thing for Noel. Not that I'm surprised. I mean, who didn't? Aria. Arya glared at Jenna but didn't say anything. Maya, meanwhile, chuckled. Guess that explains why Noel was in the dollhouse, Spencer said, shivering from a memory of seeing him paint blood on her. Charlotte was infatuated with Noel, Jenna went on. She told him the whole game she'd planned out, and he loved it. He was still broke up over Arya, if you can believe it, and so he was more than willing to play the game with her. He was also sure that you four killed Allison. Of course, I knew differently. I knew none of you would have the guts to kill your friend. But who was I to complain? Noel would venture back and forth to the dollhouse any time Cece needed him. She paid him quite a bit of money too, but I don't know if that was for helping her out with Uber A stuff or for helping her out. Jenna trailed off, taking a sideways glance at Maya as both of them sniggered. But then I found out about all the lies, Jenna said. I mean, it was hard not to. Firstly, there was never any record of a transgender called Charles, Charlie, or anything by that name, let alone De Laurentiis. Secondly, there was never any record of a Charles in Bradley. Maybe she hid the records, Arya said, not really caring. Charlotte, hide something? Jenna laughed. Oh my god, you'd have to be an idiot not to find every crumb she left. No, Charlotte never hid anything at all. As a matter of fact, she only added stuff that wasn't true. Charlotte was never Charles, nor was she ever a Drake, let alone a De Laurentiis. Her real name is... And that's where I'm going to leave it. And you will find out more tomorrow as we pick up with the next act from there. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. We've got some more time to talk, and then I will have to go. But before we do, while you guys are writing, I just want to say thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I have loved every moment of writing this book. I really have. There is more to the Charlotte story, but I did want to, I don't mind actually getting this reveal out there to you guys. Like, you know, Charlotte wasn't a Drake. She wasn't even a De Laurentiis. In fact, her real name is, and we're going to find that out tomorrow. So you'll find out what Charlotte's name is. So where are we? Suze Blue says, I've just been told to take a break from sending messages from YouTube. Oh, Suze Blue. Suze Blue says, what a cheek. Michelle Johnson says, more times 10. Yay. Maria Ann says, good one, Michelle. Michelle says, lol. Marissa says, oh my god, I'm late but made it. Thank you for being here, Marissa. Alias says, hi, Marissa. Maria Ann says, that's so funny, Suze Blue. Suze Blue says, hi, Marissa. Maria Ann says, hi, Marissa. Marissa says, hi, Alias. Suze Blue says, so when does Addison come into it? Kidding. Spoiler. Addison won't be in my book. I'm sorry, but I'm not including Addison. If I include Addison, it will be so that someone can kill her too. Marissa says, hi too, not that awake. Marissa says, hey, Suze Blue and Maria Ann. Chase says, what happened? My Wi-Fi went out. Oh no, little bro. I'm sorry to hear that. Marissa says, tease. Maria Ann says, no, cliffhanger. Yep, cliffhanger. Andrea says, I love this so much. The cliffhanger will get me through school tomorrow. Oh, yay. And you can all theorize on what Charlotte's name is, but don't, actually. No, don't waste your time theorizing on what her name is because you don't know the name. So don't theorize on it. Yeah, you're going to learn a whole lot more. Saucy Bryce says, my face after Francois stopped reading. Michelle says, ugh, what a great cliffhanger. Thank you so much. Now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm going to make Charlotte someone else that we know, because I'm not. So don't theorize that. I don't want to let you down. But there's a heck of a lot more that you're going to find out about this, and I'm just really happy to get it all to you. I have to be completely honest, I haven't finished it. I'm probably about 1,000 words away from being done, but that can easily be finished tomorrow. So that will definitely happen, but I'm very excited to read the rest to you. Suze Blue says, after the PLL chat, what is next? Alias says Devil, and Amy Isaac says can't wait. Suze Blue, and to all of you who've been wondering what's coming up next, I can tell you what's coming up next. I can't give you exact days, but what I'm going to do is once we've done the last Pretty Little Liars chat tomorrow, I'm going to do a new comment below, let me know, welcome video. And on that welcome video, I'm going to update everything that we're going to be doing. But I know that for sure we're going to cover Shadow Hunters. For sure we're going to cover the Fosters. Don't forget that on what day were we doing Charmed? I think it was it Thursday? Okay, well, here's something that I want to say to you guys and see what you think. Chase is saying Charlotte is Bethany. Yes, but Chase, Aria killed Bethany. Bethany's dead. Oh, maybe you missed that. Whoops. Suze Blue says, I'm not ready to leave the fam. Don't leave us, Suze Blue. So what I was thinking, you guys, and let me know what you think. I know not all of you watch Shadow Hunters, but I still haven't seen the latest episode. So what I thought I might do is tomorrow we'll have our last PLL chat. And then I thought on Wednesday, what I can do is do a, what do you call it? A live reaction video to me watching the latest Shadow Hunters. So I've been told it's a really good episode. So yeah, if you guys want to come along and watch that on Wednesday, I'm certainly thinking of doing that. Landon says Riverdale. Yes, definitely Riverdale. And then on Thursday, we're doing a charm chat, which is going to be a lot of fun. Yes, definitely going to be doing Riverdale, Landon, for sure when it comes back. Alias says, you're going to leave Suze Blue. Saucy Bryce says, yes, Riverdale. Suze Blue says, no, Alias, I don't want to. I just mean after PLL. I want to be involved in other chats too. Yeah, I got what you meant, Suze Blue. I know you're not leaving, and I thank you for that. Marissa says, my teens are outside playing, and I'm barely awake. Backwards over here. Just do every show you watch, Francois. Well, I'm going to not probably do any animation sensation stuff. So, like, I watch Simpsons and South Park and all that, so I'm probably not going to do that. I heard a rumor that, what's it called? Total Drama is coming back, and I love Total Drama. I don't know if you guys watch it, but I don't think I'll do a reaction on that if it comes back, because you guys probably aren't even into Total Drama. But yeah, I love it. Chase says, will not be the first time the dead comes back. That's a good point, little bro. I must say, that is a very good point. Alias says, oh, okay. Marissa says, wow, what's the Charmed reboot? I haven't looked, just heard less than happy comments. Yeah, so apparently they're going to go back into the past with this new Charmed thing. So it's going to be like before the sisters were born, which annoys me because I always thought if they were ever going to do a Charmed reboot, that they would do it like post what they ended up achieving in the last episode, but prior to the big time jump they have. So I thought they would follow the journey of not only the sisters, but also follow the journey of Chris and Wyatt. But apparently, no. Not that they can't go to the past, obviously. Chase says, don't let the TV show or a loud volume be too loud. Yeah, that's actually a very good point, Chase. Thank you for telling me that. It's good advice. Yeah, so we're also going to be doing some, what do you call it, social anthropology stuff. So we're going to be talking about issues out there in the world. I know some of you have come back to me and said that you're going to be giving me your blunt opinions. That's what I want, so I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to be doing an LGBTIQ chat, which is going to be amazing. It's about time, I show my pride colors and we do something about that. I'm also thinking of potentially doing a chat about euthanasia and other issues that are coming up all around the world. I think it's high time that I took advantage of the fact that we have all different people all around the world and we all sort of give our opinions, because what may be looked down upon here might be looked up upon in other areas, and vice versa. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Suze Blue says, can we do random ones like on certain subjects? Random what, Suze Blue? Sorry, I'm missing what you're saying. Landon says, Did you watch The Lion Game? I think it only had 2 seasons. I don't know if I watched The Lion Game, to be honest. I don't think so, though. Let me have a look at what it is. Oh, yes, with the Sutton thingy, yes. I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it. Where are we? Saucy Bry says, I was so happy when I found out there was going to be a new season of Total Drama. Yes, me too. I'm so happy there's going to be a new season. It's going to be awesome. Alias says, thanks for wishing me a happy birthday on Facebook, Francois. I just saw it. You're welcome, Alias. Thank you guys. More of you guys are adding me to Facebook now, which is great. As you guys know, I'm on Facebook every day. Some of you even chat with me before we do the live chats or during the day or whatever, so that's really great. So if you want to talk to me at all away from the chat, that's totally fine. Facebook is the best way to do it. So yeah, just quickly getting back to what Saucy Bri was saying, yeah, I'm really happy that Total Drama is going to come back. Action was one of the sequels. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. And oh, what's that lady's name? I'm trying to work out her name. I remember. Maybe you remember Saucy Bride, the one that goes, mm-hmm. Oh, I can't remember her name, but I loved her. And Heather, I loved Heather, and so many others. But you guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about. It's probably only Saucy Bride that does. Michelle says, do you cover Riverdale? Yes, I do. I covered towards the end of Riverdale, if you guys want to go back and look at those videos. And I will definitely be covering the next season for sure, because I love Riverdale. I'm a huge fan of, I think her name is Veronica, and I'm a huge fan of the narrator guy whose name is Jughead. And in those videos, I was shipping Jughead and Archie together, believe it or not. It got rather cray-cray. Chase says, we can learn why Patty had to give up Paige. Oh, yeah, that would be interesting to learn. I do agree with that, Chase. Angels, you've flown by, says, damn, the neighbors interrupted me again, but back now, yay. Oh, I'm sorry they keep interrupting you, Angels. Not during our chat. How rude. Chase says, I'll find you bestie on Facebook. I think I have you, Chase, on Facebook, but go have a look. Amy says, so like 70s, 80s version of Charmed that's before the sisters. Yeah, so I'm a little annoyed about that. Suze Blue says, you answered my question before you read my comment out, lol, like LGBT, euthanasia, etc. is what I meant. So yay, can't wait for those kinds of chats. I love healthy debates. Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be great to get everyone's opinions on all of these social issues. So I can't wait to do it. Marissa says, what about covering movies? Even if they're older or on Netflix, we could have a movie chat or a random what I watched this week chat. That's another good idea, Marissa. I love that. By the way, Marissa actually came up with an idea a little while ago that I loved, which was that we could like watch a couple of episodes of Charmed a week or an episode of Charmed a week and talk about it in a live chat. Yes, Marissa, I'm bringing it up because I loved it. So if you guys think that's a good idea, we can also do that too. Like it'd be great to sort of throw back to the Charmed days. If you guys want to do that. Chase says, yes, based on Penny and Patty. There you go. I love both of them actually. Penny and her rapier wit, and Patty is the best mother on TV. She's so nice. Suze Blue says, did anyone watch Breaking Bad? No, I've not seen Breaking Bad yet. But I will say, the last time I tried to get into a completely new show, I started watching The Real O'Neills. And wouldn't you know it, like every other show I watch, it got cancelled. So I'm very upset about that because I was getting such a great laugh out of The Real O'Neills and now it's gone. So all of my shows just end up getting cancelled, except for this one. It's Pretty Little Liars. Wendy says, I just started rewatching Supernatural. I don't know if it will be good to do videos on. I think that's season 12 and going, but it's so good. Yeah, so Wendy, I don't watch Supernatural, but that's for a lot of reasons. So unfortunately, we won't cover Supernatural on here. Plus, I have way too much to catch up on. So I know that they've had a very long run so far. So that's nothing against you at all. It's just I just don't watch Supernatural. I used to, but then some things happen that I don't want to go into, and then now I don't watch Supernatural anymore. Chase says, me, lol. You watched Breaking Bad. Awesome. Wendy says, Breaking Bad was awesome. I'll have to look at it. Alias says, any mystery shows you'll recommend? Definitely Riverdale. I would have recommended Pretty Little Liars. Well, I recommend my finale and Dario's and everyone else's finales too. Yeah, so definitely Riverdale for sure. And How to Get Away with Murder for sure. They're both really, really good. Do not even try with Lucifer, because if you guys saw my video, I full on am done with Lucifer. I'm never watching that show again. Okay. Anxiety Girl says Big Little Lies is so good. So I watched the first episode of Big Little Lies and then I sort of got over it. And I don't know why I got over it, because I love all the actors. I love Nicole Kidman, I love Reese Witherspoon, and I love Shailene Woodley. I loved her in Secret Life of the American Teenager, and I also loved her in Divergent and all these other things, and I just didn't like the show. But people say it gets better, so maybe I should give it another chance. Chase says, I think I was the first to add his Facebook. I think you were actually, Chase, the first. Amy says, Veronica is Camila Mendez. There you go. Awesome. Is that her real name? I love her. I think she's fantastic in Riverdale. Landon says, Man in the High Castle on Amazon Prime is a really great series. I think you would like it. It's an alternative reality of how WW2 ended. There you go. Thank you, Landon. Marissa says, thanks. You're welcome, Marissa. I love the idea. I think it's really cool. Suze Blue says, oh my God, Francois, Breaking Bad is just absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite. Well, I'll have to check it out, won't I? Make sure to leave me a Breaking Bad comment once the video uploads, because as you know, we lose this chat. Susan says, PLL was also my favorite, but we won't go there. I think I'll be saying that to a lot of people that ask about mysteries. I'll say the exact same thing. Well, Pretty Little Liars was my favorite, but we won't go there. What else? Angels, I've lost you, says, I've just started How to Get Away with Murder. It's really, really good. So I started 1A. I got through that when it was, when they were showing it in America. Then I stopped watching it for a very long time. I don't know why, I just did. And then I went back to it after a couple of things had happened, and fell in love with it and just got better and better and better. So I definitely recommend watching How to Get Away with Murder. Anxiety Girl says, Rain is good and very underrated. It is 4 seasons long. What? Oh, is the name of the show Rain? There you go. I might have to check that out as well. So yeah, make sure you guys recommend shows for me at the end of this chat once it's uploaded, because once I've done our last chat tomorrow, I'm going to be on the hunt for new shows. So I'll take all your recommendations. I might even do some live reaction videos to the first episode of some of the ones you recommended. Been thinking that for a while now. Chase says, I message on Facebook, big bro. I know you did, little bro, and I love that you do. I love everyone that messages me on Facebook, because it's good to chat here in this chat, but it's also good to chat away from the chat. So it's nice to know that we can talk over there as well. Wendy says, Dexter is another good one. It's done with, would be great for an ending rewrite. Anyone else watch it? So I watched maybe like 3 or 4 episodes, but from what I was told, Dexter had a really terrible ending. So I'm not surprised that you say it needs a rewrite. Suze Blue says, yeah, I couldn't get into Big Little Lies either. There you go. It wasn't just me. Marissa says, did you watch Santa Clarita Diet? No, but is that the one I was thinking of watching? Hang on a moment, because it sounds familiar. Let's see. Oh, no. Sorry, it's not what I thought it was, but I will have to definitely look at it. I was starting to watch this show, you guys, and I honestly do not remember what the heck it was called. Do I still have a copy? No, I've let it go, which sucks. Yeah, I had a show that I was watching, and I totally forgot what it was, and it was some sort of fantasy, grandiosa sort of thing, like similar in the way to, what was that show called? Emerald City. Although is Emerald City cancelled? What the hell's going with Emerald City? I think they cancelled that too. But I forgot what it was called. Where are we? So no, I haven't seen Santa Clarita diet, but maybe I should watch it. Certainly leave it for me once the video is uploaded, and I'll take down a list and see what I can do. Alias says, what's it about, Big Little Lies? And Angel says, Shailene Woodley is awesome. She's a political activist too and campaigns for equal rights, etc. Fun fact. I did not know she campaigned for equal rights. That's fantastic. I love her even more. Oh my God. I loved her in Divergent. Absolutely. I love Divergent. What they did there was really well done. I loved her in Secret Life. I thought she was amazing. I did not watch Secret Life until I think when it was in the final season, I started watching from the start. So I sort of binged watch Secret Life, but I absolutely loved Secret Life. So I have a huge love for Shailene Woodley. The fact that she's an activist for equal rights, that's amazing. Thank you for telling me that, Angels. Saucy Bryce says, Cheryl is my favorite character on Riverdale. I absolutely love her. Yeah, Cheryl is awesome. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but Cheryl is actually pretty cool. I agree. Wendy says, no problem, Francois. I've only seen up to season 6 on Supernatural. I've stopped watching other shows too. Oh, that's good to know. I'm glad you weren't taking it personally. It wasn't a thing against you. It's just, yeah, something that happened. Susie says, Prison Break, another amazing show. I definitely recommend that too. Yeah, a lot of people say that Prison Break was really good. Alias says, moment of silence. Alias, write moment of silence again, and I will do it once I get to it. Saucy Bro wrote something, but now the message is gone. I was literally just about to read it, and now it's gone. Lucy Yan is here. Hey, Lucy Yan. I'm so glad you're here. Lucy Yan, I just wanted to say something. I know that you've commented on some of my videos, and your comments don't show up right away. For some reason, it's coming under a spam category, and some of you guys have the same. It's not just Lucy Yan, that you try to comment on my videos and they don't come up. And I get notifications, I click on them, and it's not showing me your comment. So I have to go to the spam section. I don't know why it's coming up as spam, but that really annoys me, you guys. So I have to find a way to try and turn spam off. But then again, I don't want to get trolls or whatever on my videos. So if you guys can help me with that, that would be great. Where are we? Lucianne says Outlander is the best show ever. Oh, there you go. So I'll definitely have to watch it. So yeah, so Lucianne, I'm sorry if I'm not responding to your comments you've left me. It's not personal. It's just I hadn't been able to find them for so long because they're in the spam section, and I don't know why. Suze Blue says, would anyone recommend Wentworth? Yeah, Wentworth is good. Is that the one I was watching a bit of? Give me a moment to see if it was. I think it was. Yeah, the Australian one, yes. I've seen some of Wentworth. I used to watch it back in the day. I haven't seen all of it. I would definitely recommend it if you like jail sort of shows. I would definitely recommend it. Anxiety Girl says, yes, Rain is the name of the show. Oh, cool. Anxiety Girl says, Dead of Summer is one season. Oh, it's one season. There you go. I think I saw a couple of episodes and then I don't know why I got over it, but I got over it quite quickly. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense because those are the sort of shows that I like, but I got over it. Something I did love that I'll recommend to you guys to watch is Switched at Birth. I don't think it got anywhere near enough attention or publicity, and a lot of people looked at it and went, oh my God, it has that girl from Gilmore Girls that was Luke's daughter and therefore we hate her and whatever. She has a lot of a stigma attached to her. I think her name is Vanessa something or other. But honestly, this show is really great, and it exposes the whole deaf thing and deaf culture and all that. It's really wonderful. So I definitely recommend you watch Switched at Birth. If you can't read sign language, that's not a problem because whenever they sign, some people sign, some people talk. Whenever they sign, they have writing on the screen. It's a really, really good show. Alias, your message has been retracted. Your next message says moment of silence, so I'm going to have to get to that pretty soon. Saucy Bryce says it was a spoiler. Sorry. Oh, that's okay, Saucy Bryce. I totally missed it, so I didn't read it now. Chase says, lol at the ER. At the ER. Tori says, I'm back, guys. Sorry, I'll rewatch later so I can hear the rest of your ending. No problems, Tori. I didn't finish it. We're going to finish it tomorrow night, but it does end on a cliffhanger. Saucy Bryce says, I was going to say I was about to cry because of what happened in the finale of Riverdale. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. So without giving anything away, that we can say. Yes, I agree. It was a tear-jerking final. Yes. Landon says, can you recommend an Australian TV show for us Americans? I'm the worst person to ask that, you guys. I mean, I may be an Australian, but I watch American shows. I don't watch Australian shows. I mean, I watch MasterChef at the moment, but I don't watch Australian shows. Home and Away's all right. Like, I mean, it was back in the day, I guess. Australian shows. Like, Wentworth is good. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't recommend good Australian shows. So terrible. I'm so unpatriotic, but I swear to God, like any chance I get, I tell people I bleed red, white, and blue, and they all just look at me like I'm crazy. Like, no, I may be Australian, but on the inside, I'm American. Moving on. Where are we? Angel says, welcome back to Tori. Yay! Tori says, thanks, Angels. Yes, welcome back, Tori. Tori says, so pissed I missed the rest. Don't worry, Tori, you can definitely catch up. We will end the chat soonish, and once we do, you can rewatch it back. Suze Blue says, my other love is Ghost Adventures. I have not seen that, so I'll definitely have to have a look at that. Oh, you know what else I love, you guys? I love court shows. So I have to say, like, Law and Order, I don't mind, but what I don't like is that they spend a lot of time dealing with finding and arresting the person. I like the actual court dramas themselves, like Boston Legal, for example. I love Boston Legal. Drop Dead Diva. Oh my God, I love Drop Dead Diva. And a true fact about Drop Dead Diva, Drop Dead Diva was cancelled by, I think it was Lifetime that it was on, and all the fans protested and did petitions and stuff, and by popular demand, they came back for another season. That was awesome. So I'm a huge lover of Drop Dead Diva. Definitely watch it. I love normal, like, court shows as well. Like, for example, I'm a huge People's Court fan. I love Marilyn Millian. Gosh, I love a lot of American court stuff. So yeah, I'm a huge lover of Marilyn. The lover of Marilyn Millian. Yeah, so I just had to put that in there. Angel says, oh, but you can catch up in a bit. Yes, you can definitely catch up very soon. Tori says, last thing I heard was Maya showed up alive. Oh, yes, so you got quite a bit to catch up on, but once the video uploads, you can go back and watch that. Amy says, I loved Switch at Birth too. Oh, that is so cool that you did. Saucy Bryce says, what is Switched at Birth? So Saucy Bride, basically Switched at Birth is a show that is, well, basically about the title, what the title says. These two girls that were born, newborns were switched. One goes with a very rich family, and the other goes with a poorer family and ends up being with a single mum. To cut a long story short, and this is what we find out in the pilot, they find out in the pilot that there was a switch. The families meet each other, and what we find out is the one that ended up with the mum, the single mum who was meant to end up with the rich family, is deaf. And so then we go through the story of their lives and dealing with the fact that they were not only switched, but with her being deaf, this one being deaf and the other one being hearing, and everyone learning sign language. But it also deals with a lot of social issues as well. A lot of social issues come up. It is very, 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 very well done. Marissa says, Switched at Birth was great. No clue why I quit watching. We'll have to catch back up. Yeah, definitely do. It was, and it ended well too, I must say. Like, the finale was good. Chase says, Alias had a farm and Bingo was his name. There you go. They show names. I know Alias is the name of a show. Angel says, my best friends yesterday were asking about PLL and whether or not they should watch it, and I basically ranted at them about the crap finale for about 15 minutes. I did too. So you know how I told you guys I was going to watch the finale with my friend? I didn't end up doing that. I ended up watching it on my own because we had different schedules, which was fine. Anyway, so my friend, you guys know Nathan, and he was messaging me later on that night after I'd watched it, and he said, "Oh, yeah, I still haven't seen it, but just tell me this. Did you like it?" I'm like, "Oh, God, do I tell him?" And he said, "No, be honest. Just tell me yes or no if you liked it." Once I said no, things started pouring out, and I ended up telling him everything because he wanted to know. And I made sure, I'm like, "Are you sure you want to know?" He's like, "Yes." So I told him everything. I don't think he's even going to attempt to watch the finale now. I think I scared him away. Which I feel so bad about. Alias is laughing at Chase. Amy says Drover's Run was interesting. Amy says Aussie show Drover's Run. Yeah, haven't seen it. So there you go. Marissa says yes to Ghost Adventures, Sue's Blue. Awesome. Chase says hee hee hee. Saucy Bryce says me and my mum used to watch this show called Ghost Whisperer. It was really good. Yes, with what's her name? Oh my goodness. The girl from Party of Five. Yeah, Party of Five. Wow, that takes me back. God, I'm old. Not Sarah. It's not Sarah at all. Jennifer Love Hewitt is her name. Sarah. Thinking of Sarah, Jessica Parker, and oh my God, what the heck is her name? Thinking of Buffy's name. What's Buffy's name? Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sarah Jessica Parker, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and that person from Ghost Whisperer is Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay, I know why I was doing that. Hyphen names. Yes, Ghost Whisperer was really good. I like that too. I didn't see all of it, but from what I did see, I did love. It wasn't a show I was obsessed with, but if it came on, I definitely didn't mind watching it. Chase says, yes, I know I'm funny. Yes, I know too, little bro. Suze Blue says, it depends on if you really believe in the paranormal. There's like 14 seasons ongoing. It's reality about paranormal investigation team who go to haunted destinations and gather evidence. Oh, sounds good. Alias says, thou shalt remember thy moment of silence. Or you'll trap me in a dollhouse, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I'm going to get to it very, very soon. I just want to get some people's comments because I haven't gotten to a lot of comments today because I've been reading. So I'll just get to a few more and then I'll do the moment of silence. Michelle says, since PLL is done, Riverdale is my new favorite show. Cheryl is my favorite as well. Love how her character is written. Yes, agreed. I love Riverdale. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I do love it. Oh God, what was my favorite? I just landed myself in that hole. Now I'm trying to work out what my favorite show is. It's tough because for a very long time, Pretty Little Liars was my favorite. When I said to Nathan that I didn't like the show, he came back and he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I know it was your favorite show and all this. And it was my favorite show. God, I don't know what my second favorite show is. Well, I have time to work that out. Saucy Bryce says it sounds good. I'll watch it. It is good, Saucy Bryce. Angel says, wow, surprised the poorer twin in Switched at birth didn't suddenly decide to become AD. That would be great. When I saw the deaf person at the high school in the finale, I thought of her. The character's name in the show of the deaf of the two that were switched, her name is Daphne. I was like, oh my God, it's Daphne, but it wasn't Daphne. But yeah, she could have become AD, very much so. Andrea says, haha. Saucy Bryce says, I forgot her name. Whose name? Saucy Bryce? I know who we're talking about. And Chase says, Rosewood, I want to live there. Me too. Provided I'm on the AD team, I wouldn't mind living there. All right, you guys. Well, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming to this chat today. Tomorrow we are going, you are going to get the end of my alternate ending. If you guys have alternate endings that you want me to read out in tomorrow's live chat, I will definitely make time to do it for sure. But you need to make sure that if you want it read out for tomorrow's live chat, that you get it to me, well, yeah, like within, say, the next 15 or so hours. Because I want to have enough time to prepare and have it ready to go so I can read it in the chat. If you guys aren't able to get to me before the next live chat, that's totally fine. And if you do get one to me and want me to read it out, I'll do it in a video. That's absolutely fine. But if you want me to read it out in the live chat tomorrow, then yeah, if you could get it to me in the next 15 hours, that would be totally great. We are still doing the family collage, so if you guys want to send me your pictures, that would be great as well. So yeah, tomorrow night will be our final PLR chat, and I can't believe it. Like, we're finally going to say goodbye. Bring your tissues, bring your black veils, and all that. Although I'm going to dress in color tomorrow. Like I said to myself, I'm not going to wear black for tomorrow's last chat because we're going to move on in a positive way. But if you want to bring a black veil, that's totally fine. I'll try and bring tissues just in case I need to. But it is going to be sad to say goodbye to a show that I've loved for 7 years. Tonight, for our moment of silence, I want us all to have happy thoughts. There are so many bad things that go on in the world, and it's just hard to deal with. Whether they are things that become public knowledge, like things that we see on the news or whatever that happen in the world or in our own country, or whether it's things that happen to us personally or people we know that aren't on the news. I mean, there are so many bad things that happen in the world, but my mother has always taught me to think positively. And so I said to her, I was talking to her today, and I said, tonight, when I do my moment of silence, I'm going to think of you. And she said, no, I don't want you to think of me when you do your moment of silence. Tonight, I want you to think about positive things and how there are so many good things in the world, and I want you to focus on them. So for my mum tonight, I request that we think about positive things during our moment of silence. And our moment of silence starts now. Thank you all very, very much for that. You guys are totally amazing, and I love, love, love you all. And wow, you guys are like writing stuff, which is really awesome. So I'll just quickly read through. Landon says, I'm not sure, but I think they film Riverdale in Vancouver, Canada. The high school they use looks like the high school from the PLL pilot. Anyone notice that? I did, actually. I thought the same thing. Suze Blue says, I've got to go now. My lovely family, it's 4 p.m. here, and my moving van is on its way. Whose idea it was to move house anyways. Until tomorrow, guys. Much love to you all. Mwah. Thanks, Suze Blue. Angel says, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yes, it was. Angel says, bye, Suze. Good luck with the move. Yes, good luck with the move, Suze. We love you. Marissa says, good luck. Marissa says, good luck, Suze Blue. Remember to hydrate. Lol. Absolutely. Yes. Remember to hydrate with vanilla Coke, because there's nothing like moving with vanilla Coke. Guys, the royalties still haven't come in. Angel says to Landon, oh, yes, good point. Suze Blue says, oh, thank you, Angels. And Marissa, that's very nice of you. We love you, Suze Blue. We have a lot of love for you. All right, guys. Thank you very, very much once again. What is that? Oh, it's my vanilla Coke. I'm thinking, what is that in the corner there? Thank you very, very much once again for tuning into our second last Pretty Little Lies chat. Thank you so much for all of your kind words on my alternate ending. I can't wait to read the end to you guys tomorrow, or the second part of it to you tomorrow, so you can find out how my alternate ending ends. I don't want to leave the second last chat, but I'm going to have to because it's getting late. So do not forget that we have a chat tomorrow at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time for our final Pretty Little Liars. It will be put up on YouTube sometime soon. If not tonight, it will definitely be up there for me tomorrow. So you guys will have more than enough notice. And do not forget to can keep a secret if one decides to change AD. Bye, guys. I love you. Bye.